I've already lost count of the days since they relieved me of duty. Strange how years of your life can just vanish in the blink of an eye. And in a flash, you've got nothing but time. Time to reflect on everything that's happened. Hard to believe it's been only a few years since this all began.
We were testing out the Normandy, Captain Anderson's new ship, when the distress call came in. An Alliance patrol on Eden Prime had been attacked. I hit the ground with my lieutenant. We came across the lone survivor of the patrol. Ashley joined up with him. We followed Chief Williams made the mistake. Every muscle. By the time Anderson came along, the main suspect, but even Adina, they needed proof. Fortunately, Garrus. That led me to fugitive turned out. Tally's evidence proved Saren was these Reapers were blamed. We couldn't convince my first task. Anderson decided to stay. Liara. And like most of Liara was able to help. Ashley was a little concerned about the connection I shared with Liara. As commander, I knew either relationship had the potential to interfere with the mission. I decided discretion was the better part of valor, and kept my focus on our goal, finding Saren. Thanks to Liara's help, we had our next lead. The Queen's drones were everywhere, and they weren't. I tried to reason with Benezia, and I was left with an angry, dangerous wreck. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't doom an entire species for past sins. And the Queen was true to her word. She left and took her army of drones with her. With Saren's top lieutenant dead, he was quickly running out of time and places. Saren was breeding an army of Krogan. He'd found a cure. I had to destroy the base, and all its resources. Rex wanted the genophage cure for his people. I tried to convince him to help me destroy it, that these Krogan weren't real. But he wouldn't back down. Fortunately, Rex is smarter than he looks. He realized this wasn't the way to help his people, and that Saren was the real threat. When we finally got to the center of the base, he was already in communication. It spoke to me, but there was no time. Before sovereign. Before I could convince him to stop, he ran, leaving me just seconds to extract my squad mates. I tried, but I wasn't fast enough. I could only save one of them. Caden was a good man, and a great soldier. But I had to choose, and I chose him. That was the last time Saren was... With my team mostly intact, we chased Saren and I'd never tell anyone, but how many more friends... We arrived on Ilos, close behind. The Reapers had Prothean and Saren knew. We followed him to the... But Saren was done running, as the Alliance and Citadel fleets... As the Council was aboard the Destiny Ascension, and they were requesting assistance. But I knew in order to help them, I would have to put our human Alliance fleet in jeopardy. The Council had to be saved, even with the Citadel back in my control. It took the combined fleets of humanity and the other races. The costs. While humanity's efforts in the war earned us our first seat on the Council, both great leaders in their own right. Anderson didn't want the job, which was a sure sign he'd be perfect for it. No ambition to get in the way. The war was over. The threat the Citadel could be repaired. I had to find a way. I gathered my crew, but the Geth and Saren were just the beginning. A few months after the battle, before we knew what was happening, the Normandy was destroyed. Technically, I was as close to death as you can get. The pro-human group, the person in charge of my recovery. But before I could be completely rehabilitated, the Cerberus facility we were in my condition, I should have died. We found Miranda, and we escaped. The elusive man lived up to his name, but he did explain why he did. He explained since that time they'd been placed that no ships. The elusive man wanted to return. Cerberus would outfit as long as I agreed to take along. I told the elusive man he already had a list of individuals that he wanted. It was an interesting list. It would take time and effort to recruit them all. And with more humans disappearing every day, I wasn't sure I should bother. I decided I needed all the help I could get. Recruiting the team took me all over the galaxy. Along the way, as for the rest, keeping them from killing they only had to stay alive long enough to complete the mission. I wasn't sure what difference it would make if they were happy doing it. But if we were going to survive this, I tried to recruit and reconnect with a few of my old squad, but they were suspicious of Cerberus. No doubt why they weren't on the elusive man. They had moved on. Now I was headed off on another suicide mission. If things were going to get better between us, it would take time. But I was running out of time. If they wouldn't help, then I'd find someone else. With most of the team recruited, we were getting close.
Our best chance came when we discovered a damaged collector. We went in knowing it could be a trap. What we found there was slaves of the Reapers. And humans were the next. The collectors were abducting tens of thousands of humans for the Reapers. We had to escape before we could find out the secrets of the Omega-4 relay. But we were more determined than ever. All we needed now was we stole parts from a derelict. As soon as we had what we needed. While I was away on a mission with the team, the Collector and E did their best to fight them off. They saved the ship, but the entire crew was abducted, taken beyond the Omega-4 relay. Jacob wanted to go immediately and rescue the crew. Edie and Miranda wanted more time to prepare before we attacked. We only had one chance to attack the Collectors. I knew we had to be ready before we went. I gathered everyone to go over the plan. We all knew this was likely. The team was ready. We knew this could be our last day together. Miranda came to my room to talk, to share her thoughts. We spent the night together, comforting each other. The day of the attack, everything went as planned, at first. The Normandy made it safely through, as we scanned the wreckage of all the ships that had failed before us. The Collector base. And guarding it, the ship that had destroyed the Normandy 2 years ago, and almost ended my life. But this time, we were the attacker. And the Normandy was equipped to deal with it. We took some damage, but destroyed the Collector ship, and made our way to their base. We knew the fighting inside would be brutal. We arrived intact, but the team wasn't strong enough to withstand the assault. Eventually, we made it to the heart of the base. To this day, I can hardly believe what we saw there. The collected humans had been dissolved, transformed and repurposed to create the frame for a new Reaper. A massive human Reaper abomination. We had no choice but to destroy it. The battle caused severe damage to the base, but we needed to destroy it completely. As I prepped explosives to finish the job, we received a message. The Elusive Man. He didn't want us to destroy the base at all. He wanted to preserve it. He wanted to study how the humans were transformed into the abomination we'd seen. To use the technology of the Collectors to help defeat the Reapers. The Elusive Man was right. If we were going to stop the Reapers, we'd need every tool at our disposal, even if it meant keeping the Collector base intact. So we irradiated the base instead, killing all the Collectors, but preserving the technology inside. Then we headed back through the Omega-4 relay. The mission was a success, and in the end, the whole team made it out alive. And though the crew was killed before we could rescue them, they didn't die in vain. We stopped the Collectors, and we stopped the Reapers from creating their abomination. And we bought everyone just a little more time. If only there was more time. The Reapers are still coming. Every day a bit closer. I handed every piece of intel on the Collectors, and I just hope they figure out what to do before time runs out.
How bad is it?
Bad. We just lost contact with 2 of our deep space outposts. There's something massive on long-range scanners.
Is this what Shepard warned us about?
I'd stake my life on it.
How long do we have?
Not long. I sent word. The fleet's immobilizing.
God help us all.
Commander,
You're not supposed to call me that anymore, James.
not supposed to salute you either. We gotta go. The Defense Committee wants to see you.
Sounds important.
What's going on?
Couldn't say. Just told me they needed you. Now.
Anderson?
Admiral?
You look good, Shepard. Maybe a little soft around the edges. How you holding up since being relieved from duty?
It's not so bad once you get used to the hot food and soft beds.
We'll get it sorted out.
What's going on? Why is everyone in such a hurry?
Admiral Hackett's mobilizing the fleets. I'm guessing word's made it to Alliance Command. Something big's headed our way.
The Reapers?
We don't know. Not for certain.
What else could it be?
If I knew that.
You know we're not ready if it is then. Not by a long shot.
Tell that to the Defense Committee.
Unless we're planning to talk the Reapers to death, the committee is a waste of time.
They're just scared. None of them have seen what you've seen. You've faced down already. Hell, you spoke to one, then blew the damn thing up. You've seen how they harvest us, what they plan to do to us. You know more about this enemy than anyone.
That why they grounded me? Took away my ship?
You know that's not true. The shit you've done, any other soldier would have been tried, court-martialed, and discharged. It's your knowledge of the Reapers that kept that from happening.
That and your good word?
Yeah, I trust you, Shepard. And so does the committee.
I'm just a soldier, Anderson. I'm no politician.
I don't need you to be either. I just need you to do whatever the hell it takes to help us stop the Reapers.
They're expecting you to, Admiral.
Good luck in there, Shepard.
Anderson? Shepard.
Ashley?
Lieutenant Commander, how'd it go in there?
I can never tell with them. I'm just waiting for orders now.
Lieutenant Commander.
You hadn't heard.
No. I'm a bit out of the loop these days.
Sorry, sir. Didn't mean to keep you out of the loop.
I'm sure you had your reasons.
Yeah, I guess I did. Still, good to see you.
Admiral,
Come on.
You know the commander?
I used to.
Admiral Anderson. Shepard.
What's the situation?
We were hoping you would tell us.
The reports coming in are unlike anything we've seen. Whole colonies have gone dark. We've lost contact with everything beyond the Soul Relay.
Whatever this is, it's incomprehensibly powerful.
You brought me here to confirm what you already know. The Reapers are here.
Then, how do we stop them?
Stop them. This isn't about strategy or tactics. This is about survival. The Reapers are more advanced than we are. More powerful, more intelligent. They don't fear us. And they'll never take pity on us.
But there must be some way.
Each of us has to be willing to die to save humanity. Anything less, and they've already won.
That's it? That's our plan?
Admiral, we've lost contact with Luna Base.
The moon? It couldn't be that close already.
How'd they get past our defenses?
Sir, UK headquarters has a visual.
Why haven't we heard from Admiral Hackett?
What do we do?
The only thing we can. We fight, or we die.
We should get to the Normandy.